Hello, 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 people. Where have I been? Everywhere but YouTube. In all seriousness, I hope everybody doing well. I hope everybody taking care of themselves, especially in these times. Being in tune and connected with the Lord and drawing near Him is needed more than ever, especially in my life, as you can tell by the hiatus and the title. Yeah, life has just been a struggle, but also like a stronghold. You know what I mean? A lot of the things that I was in the process working on getting over, being cleansed from. I started to slowly fall back into those things. In particular, lust, probably the biggest one, of course. Unforgiveness, pride is another big one. All of these different things. And I wasn't taking care of myself like I should have been. I kind of just let it overwhelm me to the point where I started desensitizing and I started to fall back into old habits. And I'm not afraid to say it. It's nothing wrong with honesty. I got over porn for a big time and I fell back into it for a little brief period. So that was one thing. And then lust, fornication, um, those are the lustful side of things. But then unforgiveness, people doing certain things, and like me holding grudges against those people when I shouldn't have been holding grudges at all. Should have let it go. And like I said, pride, always feeling like I'm in the right, never wrong. People telling me this and that, and I just feel like I'm better than everybody. So that was a part of the hiatus, and that was a part of me not feeling the need to come back on here for a while, because I don't want to come on here unless I'm in good spirits. That's the only way I can post and do these things. I recorded videos, but when I recorded those videos, I wasn't in good spirit, and I don't want to put out content just to put out content. Like, I want to put out something genuine, something authentic. So I wasn't in the right space to do that. And also, all of these problems I told y'all I had, like I said, they were overwhelming me to the point where I desensitized, and I was fine living in a fantasy rather than reality. But it's important not to fall into that habit, especially when you have other people around you. Like, I have a partner now, glory to God. So all the decisions I make affect her, but then also all the decisions I make affect y'all, the community, affect my family, my friends around me. You may not see it, but for example, with like lust and falling back into inappropriate content and looking at women and all these different things, it caused me to be angry and more agitated with myself, and that would lash out on other people. And the love I could have been given to other people wasn't always love, or like, it would be love, but it wouldn't be consistent. It'll be a little bit of jealousy at times, a little bit of unnecessary like frustration, me getting mad and me being agitated out of the blue. That's not from God, that's from Satan itself. But if you don't take care of yourself, these things can come to be. So I was literally getting desensitized from the world to the point where I was being lazy, just being straight up. Like, I was spending, YouTube is cool, like, to get informed of content, but then you can abuse it. And not only was I going away from like the informative stuff, but I started looking more at sports and TV show clips that I used to, like, I got away from, but I was like, well, I'm not watching the TV show, I'm just watching the clips so I can look at this. And I fell back into all of the wrong habits. And sure, what's wrong with sports and TV shows? Well, anytime you're making anything an idol above God himself, then for me, that's a problem. And I was idolizing everything to the point where I just disengaged from it. Like, I high key, not even low key, high key, like, I stopped reading the Bible, and I would do the thing where, okay, I read a scripture today, let me make sure at least I do this before nighttime. Kind of like forcing myself to seem like I'm in good spirits with God, when in reality I wasn't. So like I was saying though, it got to the point where I was lazy and I just didn't want to do anything. I just be in bed all day on the phone, scrolling through YouTube, because sure, I'm not on Instagram or doing this, but I'm still on like YouTube looking at videos. But then YouTube with the community page and all that, it's easy to get attached to that. So what I've wanted to do, and what I'm going to put into effect soon, is I'm going to put a limit on the apps I can use, so it forces me to go do other things. Like recently, I've been in the process of working on puzzles, trying to read again, typing out poems, different things like that, just getting and cooking, many different things to get away from distractions, things that distract me, and things that can draw me away from the real world, because it's easy to be attached to social media and just your phone in general. But sometimes just we got to put the phone down. Like, we literally got to put the phone down and just connect with life, because especially for me too, like having the phone all the time made it easier for me to fall back into like lustful things, because I get bored looking at something. It's like, oh well, what can I look at? I can look at this. So no, like it's not right, especially when you have somebody in your life now, and like I said, the other people around you. A lot of us, or all of us, have it in us, but we have to get rid of it. From the only way you can get rid of our selfishness and different things is Christ Himself. But we all have selfish intentions in us, or if we don't have it now, we've had it at one point. The only way you can get that removed is by the Holy Spirit. But we all have had those selfish intentions to the point where we just care about us over other people. But this life is not about us. Like when Jesus came down in His human form, when God came down in His human form, it's okay to sacrifice. It's okay to do things for other people. Like it shouldn't just be me, I. But Christ showed, like, even when He was washing the disciples' feet and all these different things that, you know, given to others is just as important as receiving. If you receive all the time and it's all about you, of course your ego is going to be built. Of course your pride is going to go up. Of course all these things. If you're on social media posting for attention, whether that's content, YouTube content, Instagram, to get a bigger following, to get likes, if you're doing all of these different things, it feeds into you, and that's not the purpose of life. The purpose of life, like I said, is to step down and just humble ourselves. But we live in a world where it's hard to be humble because nobody around us is humble, and then the people with all the influence, they're not humble. They do everything they can to seek attention, promote themselves, and do all these things. But that's the world for you. I'm not surprised because it's the world. So I expect that from the world. But as believers, we should take steps away from that. We should detach from the world. It's so easy to fall back into the world, which is what I'm telling you over these past few months. I kind of was slowly, like, it's hard for me to fully go back into that. Like, I don't think I'll ever be able to go back to that because God has revealed so much truth to me. But at the same time, it's easy for the flesh and you to take steps back into what you did before, when that's no longer who we are. We are new creations in Christ. Are we going to be perfect? No, but at the same time, with Christ, we can be perfect. So that's why we have to look at Him as an example to be better, to walk in what is right, to walk in the truth rather than a lie. And if we don't look up to Him, it's easy for us to walk in the lie, delude ourselves that we're okay. And also another thing, there was a point I had to even go to the ER, because I was literally about to explode. Blood pressure was, I ain't gonna say the number, but it was high. You would have been worried for me if you understand better. You would have been worried for me. I was eating bad. I was eating terrible. Like, I was eating awful. I eat junk food all of my life. And even the period I was like, oh, I'm gonna try vegan, I was eating fake vegan foods. And also, I was still eating other things. It wasn't 100% in it. So I was just eating a bunch of, the junk food, cookies, snacks, pizza, McDonald's, all of this stuff. But so I went to the doctor, or I went to my nurse, and I literally almost got to like 200 pounds. Like, I normally around like 165, 170, but I literally was almost at 200 pounds. I'd never been that big before. And my nurse is worried about me because she had saw me in June of last year, and or no, May or June of last year, and I came to her, this was in October, and I had gained almost like 30 pounds. And she was like, what's going on? She checked my blood pressure, it was high, and she recommended me to go to like the ER. Thankfully, all the tests and everything was fine. But one thing she said that stuck with me, and has stuck to me till today, February. The decisions you make now will affect you in the long term, in particular to my diet. So she gave me a plan about the diet. Even though I'm not following the diet plan she gave me, I found something else, and I've been eating a lot better. Like, I don't eat those fast foods anymore. I don't eat red meat anymore. I don't eat junk food anymore. I don't even remember the last time I had candy. I love candy. Like, I love candy so much. Potato chips, fast food. Like, I loved all of that stuff, but I have shown away from that. And that's a big thing for me with sodium, just because, especially with the blood pressure. Salt is not good. A bunch of added sugars. I don't want to be a diabetic. And like I said, my weight, it just got up. So from October when I saw her to like the end of December, in 2 months, I had literally lost like 20 pounds, over 20 pounds, 20, 25, like when I was there. So that was good. I wanted to continue that. I just want to be like, oh, okay. So I've been eating good since. And like I said, I changed my diet now where, as you can see with this, right, just fruit juices, just fruits in general, not just juice, but like fruits in general, healthier snacks. 'Cause I mean, I understand why people go vegan. Like, I get it, and I see the benefits and all those different things. But I don't feel like you get everything from vegan, all like the health benefits and stuff. You're missing out on certain nutrients and all these different things. So I still eat meat. I'm not gonna let go of meat. Care anybody say white meat. I feel a lot better. Like, I was having headaches before all the time, chest stabbings, like literally stabbings, pain and all of this stuff. But since I changed my diet, and I've been on this for about 4 or 5 months now. Yeah, about 4 or 5 months. So it's been really good. And I feel a lot better, a lot healthier. I've been thinking sharper too as well. That's a big thing. But also, not even just diet, but like when you're not taking care of yourself in general, and when you releasing energy, and I'm just gonna say it, masturbation, all of this stuff all the time. Nah, it's hard to focus. It's hard to think. And then when you sexualize everything too, it's just when you try to talk to people, your mind is everywhere. But on the right things and looking at the person as a person, you devalue people. So just taking care of that recently, and also just my diet and all that, has allowed me to think sharper and articulate myself again. It got to the point where, man, I can't even put the videos out. I was like this, and I was stuttering over my word. I was like, it's hard to speak kind of thing, because I wasn't fully there mentally. My brain was like foggy. That's the word I was looking for, foggy. It just clouds your thinking, like when you're not taking care of yourself emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally. And I wasn't doing any of those things. For like months I wasn't doing it. So I fell back into, like I said, old habits and stuff before, and it just made me lazy, and it made me not want to do anything. Just giving myself every excuse to be lazy. But as I said, it's not about me, it's about everybody else. And also, I want to do this, but I need to do this. I need to come on here as well, especially with this video in particular, to show that life is hard sometimes. Struggles occur, but we have to get back up. We can't always expect other people to help lift us up. The one who can truly lift us up is from above, and we have to use him, pick ourselves back up, and just keep walking, keep moving forward. It's easy to be like, well, I'm doing bad. I need to get right mentally before I can even make changes. No, 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 no. That's the best time to come to Christ, because people think you come to Christ like, oh, I can't come to Christ because I'm this bad person. I was doing this thing, I was doing that thing. No, no, no. Christ wants you to come to him while you were broken. Does he understand that you may be like that for a while, coming to him at first in the journey? Yeah, but you shouldn't stay that way, and he doesn't expect you to stay that way. But with him, he can help you with changes and to change your lifestyle. Even as a believer, we struggle too, and we still are in the flesh at the end of the day until we meet with Christ for eternity. And it's easy to validate sinful behavior and excuses because everybody else doing it, and as long as I'm not hurting anybody, that's fine. Physically hurting anybody, but you shouldn't even be hurting yourself. You don't realize that you hurt yourself by looking, like lusting and looking at this inappropriate stuff is hurting yourself. By holding a grudge against other people is hurting yourself. By gossiping about other people is hurting yourself. You look at everything negative. We shouldn't view everything from a negative lens. It's so much negativity in this world, so some things you're gonna see it as what it is. But I'm saying we shouldn't approach every situation as negative, and just a ugly spirit and all these different things. No, we want to renew our spirits and transform our minds, to be better. We want to be a light in the world. We want to be a fruit for other people to look at. We want to emulate what Christ did, so other people can look at us and see like, oh, that's the way to live life and experience peace and joy, because you can experience happiness all you want. You can do the wrong things and experience happiness, but it's gonna constantly that. Well, joy is eternal, and that's something you need from Christ. So you'll be able to display a light, and that's real. Like, that's real. I know that's real, because even when I wasn't fully saved, I remember it's like 3 years ago when this lady was like, she just came up to me and was like, I see you're glowing, like you're a light, something's good about you. This is when I was more spiritual than Christian, and I was taking care of myself. So I was going out in nature doing all these things, which is cool. Just light was shining from me, and the lady could literally see it, and she was just like, I just feel peace from you. And I was just like, what? People actually notice that? Random lady, I kid you not. So yeah, that's real. We want to do it for other people to show that they have hope as well, not to like one up ourselves and grow our ego and say, I did this, I didn't, because you didn't do anything on your own. God is the reason you are where you are. So yeah, that's really all I got to say, man. It's just nice being at peace and not feeling convicted and not feeling like you need to have a certain expectation for people in the world. Like I said, you come on this channel, you getting authenticity, you getting the real me and just how it should be anyway. We shouldn't put on a facade. We shouldn't be faking for people. We shouldn't fake to maintain a certain image. No, be yourself. If you be yourself, draw near God, He'll help you, and you won't have to maintain something that you're not. You won't have to put on a fake image for people or act like you're doing good, but deep down you're struggling. When you fall into habits and addictions and all of these different things, like if you fall back into it over and over, once you have it defeated, but then you fall back into it, it's going to be twice as hard to get out. Then it's going to be 3 times that. Like each time you fall into it, it's going to be even harder. So I'm in that point where I'll get over it and I fall back, get over it, fall back. And I don't want to go there anymore. God can get us out of anything. With God, anything is possible. With faith, anything is possible. Christ literally said it. He said, with faith, we can move mountains. So just having that faith as small as a mustard seed is what's important. I know that I can get out, and I already see the progress He's doing over the time that I've been taking care of myself. Over the recent stretch of a long time that I've been taking care of myself, I can already see Him working. So yeah, struggle, but in our struggles, God is still good. God is still loving. He's been helping me daily out of that, and I'm feeling the joy, and I'm feeling the peace again, and I want to feel that, so I'm a light for other people, and my fruits can truly shine for other people, and it's genuine fruits, not anything fake or just to maintain a certain image. So yeah, I hope you stay well. Hope you take care of yourself, and enjoy the rest of the video. Blessings. Why is this so hard? Oh, how you get it so? Oh, he on the. Oh, he on the yellow too. You see that? Yellow. Oh, even drivers on the yellow. I feel like it's scary. I feel
You can see where the car is, so you'll know where, like, not where to hit.
I feel like you hit the car.
We're gonna try it.
You might think that's me, but that's not me.
Yeah, so like you gotta get into the spot. Here, just stand over here this way. Like you see that? Like, honestly, that's just like, if you start walking out there, it's gonna be like harder to turn. So what you wanna do is get it like as close to like this cone as possible.
Yeah. Sometimes we ourselves can get caught in the struggles that life has presented us, losing sight of the purpose we were previously striving towards, continuously delaying that breakthrough that God has in store for us. We invest all of our time and energy into the things of this world, into our jobs, into our careers, into our phones, into our favorite TV series, heck, even into celebrities we don't even know personally. But we can't even give a few minutes out of our day to the one who created us, the one who loves us most, the one who knew you and I before he even formed us in the womb. The money, the pleasure, social media, all these things and so much more cause us to slowly drift away from reality. We start to struggle. This is what happened to me. A man who was once fulfilling a purpose greater than himself slowly started becoming desensitized to reality and its consequences. The presence of darkness surrounded my light, dimming it little by little until it became just about non-existent. The world started to control me again. It started sucking me back into all the lies I had once escaped. I fell back into old habits, old ways, old thinking. I continued to think it was more about myself and how I felt than anyone else. That was best for John comes over God and everyone else. That what I do in the dark didn't matter if it didn't come to the light. It seemed like all was starting to become lost. I lost the power to fight. I lost hope. That is until I gave my struggles up to someone who did have the power, to someone who has the power to overcome all, the one who has strength to bring us out of any hole, that special someone from above, seated in heavenly places. And he's given me life again. Without him, there was no hope, no peace, or no joy. With him, however, comes all of that. No more holding my own self back. No more lack of faith. No more struggle.